Literally, this is my house.
Well,
The bank owns like a lot of this house. In 25 years, mine.
This'll be mine.
Get out of my bank's house. What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. We've got a bunch of tackle storage solutions to unbox. Actually, we already unboxed them to show you today. It came in a million boxes.
6.
These are all coming from Evolution Fishing. And a disclaimer at the top, they did send us these things. That said, we had the chance to beat up a bunch of their stuff towards the end of last season, and we really liked it. And we noticed there was a bunch of other things that people had requested us check out. We tried that. We beat the tar out of that. We got them real dirty and messy, and they held up really well. But there's a ton of other things on their website that people asked us to check out and do a full review on. So going into this season for 2025, we wanted to beat the tar out of the entire collection. So we reached out and they're like, hey, sure, we'll send you literally all of that, which was, it's always nuts to hear for us. We're like,
incredibly
seriously,
generous.
will you? That's awesome. So thanks to them for sending it. That said, you guys know our rule. We always will be open and honest and authentic with you. So if there's something we don't like, we're going to tell you, even though it was sent for free. We are not sponsored by this company, and that's the beauty of it. And they like that relationship too, which is cool. I love when companies feel good about that.
I do too. And we like it when companies are willing to stand behind their product and expose them to the rigor that is letting Jeff and I use their stuff, because we are brutal with our gear.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, also, another thing, the fanboys are already saying, you guys are fanboys. Yes, we are. When we like things, and we continue to like them until they're proven to not be likable. So we have like
if that's being a fanboy, like I don't...
Color me fanboy.
Okay.
And that goes for baits, gear, kayaks, and everything in between. There are things we gravitate to because they're value-centric, because they're quality, and they work really well and execute things the way that we like them. That's how it's been with Evolution Fishing. So we got our toes in the water. Now our butt's about to be in the sand when we get into this stuff. So, hey, color me fanboy.
Case in point, throughout the season, you guys will see us use things like Buzzbee. We have Plano. We use a whole bunch of other tackle storage brands, and we'll still be throwing these into the mix. That's what we promise to do on this channel. We will always have a variety of products because we are not locked down by any sponsors. And if you like that, I don't know, maybe subscribe.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Just like buy the
subscribe
stuff.
Or don't.
Or don't. Our motto this year has very much been like, we don't care whether you buy the stuff or not. We have code. We actually do have a code from Evolution for you. We do not, I'm going to say this super loud, we do not get any kickback. And we have told any company, if you guys are giving a discount, we want the discount code so that you get the discount and you get an even better value. We get no money. I don't care if you buy it or not. That's irrelevant to me. We're just making the point, here's something we think is neat. If you think it's neat, buy it, comma, or don't. And case in point, we got the hookup from Evolution. They're offering with code AAA20, so AAA20. It's right here on the screen. You're getting 20% off. Enjoy the discount, and if not, that's great too. Enjoy the rest of your life. Just kidding. Do whatever makes sense for you. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate Evolution. Thanks for the hookup. Without further ado, let's get into the tackle we've already tried, because a couple of these things we have already tried. And that is,
in the bag.
This is what like really drew us in. This is something that every kayak fisherman is in some desperate need of, and that's waterproof, high value, really accessible storage. This is the Bass Sack. These things are awesome. They are waterproof. They have this insane zipper at the top. And the thing we love about the zipper, I'm just going quickly through this, rounded at the top, and it goes over the corner, which means you really get it open and you can sift through all your stuff. The window means you can see all the way around, and it's a lot easier to find things. And then they have the sizing, I think, is perfect, and so is the pricing. I think these are at a value when you compare against alternative options. This gets you the most for your dollar. It also has a gusseted bottom. So this is the largest size. This thing is a monster. It fits very comfortably inside of a New Canoe Unlimited, the pod they have in the front. Fits in there very comfortably. Pod. You can fit easily 50 bags of plastics in here, no problem. This is the medium size, and they do even have a small size. So whatever your proclivities, these actually do a phenomenal job, and it actually what drew us in and started being like, hey, maybe what else we got on the old menu here from Evolution.
We tried a bunch of bags in the past, including Ziplocs, but I'd say, hey, if you want to spend 5 cents,
and keep having them rip open and be a problem, this is not going to happen.
But
so
use it or don't. That's up to you. We specifically like the large and the medium. That's why we got a whole bunch of those. So you will be seeing those in use.
And I can't not at this point.
Yeah, we got to the point where we liked the top-down opening versus the Buzzbee Quick Cube. So while we've been promoting the Buzzbee Quick Cube for a long time because we did really love it, now having this option, we're probably switching gears for storage. I really like
for
that
baits
option.
on the water. Yeah.
For plastics on the water, I love that solution for that. Quick Cube for us is great for like storing camera gear and maybe like glides and stuff like that.
Yep.
So you got some options. Pretty cool. Next. This we're really excited about. I had to make sure that we threw this into the mix this time around. So Paul's been testing out a whole bunch of lure wraps. You got one from Spro. This one came in my duffel bag mix. I've been using that, and it has some problems. It's literally falling apart since day one.
First is the quality. I like this idea where you can kind of like attach it to something if
your
it was,
reel or something
yeah,
like
I like
that,
that. And the size is good, but I think like you don't get a lot of Velcro. The Velcro you get the tabs, which is good too. The Velcro gets obviously not phenomenal. And that's the thing about Evolution. Like everything we've gotten has been extremely high quality and very durable. So the lure wraps are no exception.
So these come in a 2-pack, and you can see pretty high quality Velcro. I love how it doesn't rip apart immediately. Now, granted, that 6 cents one was like a free kind of add-in, like when they throw in the little gator, the neck gator and stuff like that, or a keychain.
Yeah, whatever. These are $13 for a 2-pack, and I think that's very comparable to some of the other ones that are out there. So the casking options, as well as certainly the 6 cents. But the quality on Evolution is, I think, where you.
Oh God. Whoops.
But the thing about this is they use the same materials for this as they do for this. And as we've said, this really holds up and is high quality, and this seems to be right in the same vein.
Only the best for Mr. Debo, even though I just dropped it.
You really did just hammer that glide.
Open that up for me.
All right, yeah. It's the exact same size as the 6 cents, so go ahead and, well, somehow. Whoa, no, sideways. Okay, well, that wasn't pretty at all.
Do better.
There's your glide, so you get a good, hefty bit of protection, pretty inexpensive. It's going to fit for a lot of different kinds of baits, and you can use it the way that these are traditionally meant to be used, which is you have your fishing rod coming down here, you have your bait sort of on the bait keeper, and you just go Velcro all the way around it, and you're not getting hooked on your car seat, hooked on your clothes, hooked on your kids, like I always do. So before we get to the bags and the backpacks, we got one last thing. We got some lids coming in here. They say Trophy of Fish Evolution Fishing. These are pretty cool. You get the rope, flat brim. But I'll tell you right now, this is the lightest hat that I own. This is like
pretty dang light.
It's like those Nike Dry Fit hats or like the running hats that you get.
Ooh, nifty.
I don't hate it, and I actually this like bronze color is kind of fire. So I'm kind of hyped on that. These are mine. Thanks.
Look, Grandpa, I'm just like you.
I have no problem showing off a cool lid.
They're really light. They're actually really comfortable.
They're super comfortable.
I'm surprised.
All right, so now let's get into the bag. So we'll go smallest to largest. One of the main reasons we did this is Jeff and I are big bank fishermen. We do that quite a bit, and we've tested out a lot of different types of bags. Everything from like the old JanSport, the old skateboarding backpack, all the way up to some of the high-end, sort of like this Lew's fishing bag. This mock bag is super expensive. It's in the $170,
$189.99. We've also tried out the Ego, which is around $200.
Also, oh God, and we've liked them. I have no problem recommending those if you're into spending that much. We're going to show you some alternatives, and one of the alternatives that I really like about this is these are basically just like an open satchel. You get their branded boxes or box of your choice later on, and instead of like having a fully enclosed deal, you basically just have a cavity that is meant to hold on to tackle boxes. I love that. I think the concept is really good. We want to try it out. So let's take a look.
All right, so real quick, Paul's going to walk through his favorite features with that bag, and then we'll kind of speed round the rest of these. But I wanted to show off the boxes inside. Now, we have two different boxes that we get to check out today. We've got these with the single latch lid, which we'll take a look at, and then we've got the regular dual latch lid. Now, I will call out, it is cool that you can get a bag, and this bag is how much?
60.
For 60 bucks, you get a nice high quality bag. It feels nice. It's got a million features on it that Paul's going to run you through really fast. What? And it comes with 3 of these boxes. Now that is cool. These boxes, like any classic tackle boxes, these are like fairly cheaper quality. So that's just something you need to know ahead of time. So it does have just like a cheaper single latch, just light plastic there, a little rattly. It's just something I'll call out. And then you do have like your dividers. Nice thing about dividers, they're already installed, so you don't have to bust out the pocket knife and like cut the tabs off of all these and slide them in. It looks like they stay in okay. I just lost one of them, but for the most part, they stayed in. And overall, I mean, like it's a tackle box. It's not going to be waterproof. It's going to be water resistant to like little rain hitting it on top and whatnot. And then this latch, I don't know how long this lasts. It's just got plastic tabs on the side, so remains to be seen. This will be something that we'll try testing out throughout the year, beat this thing up, see how it holds up to the abuse. But all in all, you can expect this and these tackle boxes to be very similar in terms of just being like that lower quality plastic, but they'll get the job done. It's just nice if you wanted an all-in-one solution, like I need a bank fishing bag and I need a couple tackle boxes, boom, they all come together for 60 bucks. That's a pretty good value.
So I want to talk about some of the features that this thing has. So first of all, tons of pockets. Like you get the giant pocket right there on the top. You get the place to hold your pliers, which I like. You also just get like the general mesh storage. They just threw that on there. You get 2 side pockets. Now these are a little bit smaller. They have the outside pockets too for the grab and go, but there's this little tiny thing that you can see right here. See that little port? That's for line. You actually put your line inside of here. You pop the line on here and you can actually spool right out of the bag.
That's neat.
That is so sick. And even if you have like leader line, you can pop a little line out here and just grab it, snip it, and you're rolling. Another thing, this is huge for me with sling packs in general. So just like whenever I'm thinking about sling packs,
give us some rigidity.
Yeah, first of all, yeah, let's get the boxes in there. Okay, calm down. Alrighty, my thumb.
Sorry. Not sorry.
What was stopping that? So they do have their own design here. So this is they call it their like Y strap. So it's a Y, there it is. That's
and it's a strap.
And it's a strap, and it's a buckle, which is kind of nice. So that's what gives this box its rigidity. Now you could replace this with whatever you want. If you want to put your own 3600 size box in here, you can do that. If you want to put like a Busby style thing for keeping your plastics and get rid of one of the boxes, you can do that, and it's still gonna hold in there. Yeah.
Would it fit?
Oh,
it fit
no,
a Busby.
It fits. The Busby will fit.
You can loosen the strap.
Yeah, and you can loosen the strap a little bit, but it will. I mean,
show them the proof.
It still fits. So there, you can do that. There's your Busby right inside of there. Hate to highlight the competition, but we got to show you all the options.
Oops.
You do have the padded back strap here, and also you unzip this. There's a rain cover, a rain fly. So Jeff mentioned you don't have fully submersible boxes, but heck, if it's raining, just throw the old rain fly in there. I thought that was a super good idea.
So it goes over top.
So there's your actual lid.
Sort of.
No, it goes right over.
Go.
It's supposed to be tight.
It's like, yeah, it's like when you put your bed sheet on. So annoying.
There's your So there's your fitted sheet. That's what the rain cover looks like.
There's your fitted sheet.
I like that quite a bit. That's a super good idea. I've been at when I do like bank fishing trips, and you drew in like an overnight. Like so when I go to my cottage, it's gonna like maybe rain overnight. You're gonna get that dew cover.
Just sits in the
slap
truck
that
bed.
over. I kind of love that. One thing with a sling pack, slide this way. First of all, there's no dangle. Like if you can't quite see it, but there's no dangling in the adjustment.
No dangles.
It's all looped through, and so you just slide that up and down. That's a big one for me.
Love that.
The other thing too is you gotta have, you gotta be able to choke your buddy. You gotta have accessories here.
Yeah.
This is actually what I use the most. So you gotta have attachment points, which they have here for like little zingers, so that you can have your nips and stuff. And you gotta have a place for pliers, so you get the plier place right there too. Neat. That's a big one for me. And then also, for quick on and off, you can just buckle it, which is actually something that most people do not have on their sling packs.
Which is surprising.
Everyone absolutely should. I also like that you get the color coordinating boxes. That's kind of neat. So they have 3 different colors: seafoam blue, and then this this green. But overall, all the features that you want, and like jammed into a really, I think, value conscious setup here, and then really heavy duty. Like every component here is very heavy duty. I do not worry about it holding up for years. You do get the, we were joking, look at the level of, you're draining water. Yeah. I'm just telling you right now, you're not getting any water on the inside of this, lidless or not, because you're draining out the bottom, but you also notice heavier duty material at the bottom. You will see a lot of these features through and through with some of these other boxes we're gonna show you, but at 60 bucks, you're getting the boxes included. I do think that that is a pretty solid value.
So the rest of these bags are going to have a lot of similar features as you just saw there. We'll give you guys the prices real quick. Now, for the next 3 bags, we both opted for the 3,700 size boxes. They do have 3,600 size options for a lot of these too, but we have mostly 3,700 size tackle trays. So
we are 3,700 size fishermen.
also that.
So yeah, you can't go down in size, but these are the big boys.
So this is your horizontal top loading bag. This is great for any weekend trip. And look at that. You got 5 tackle boxes that are included with this, with that Y strap.
Yep.
You've got the heavy duty side pockets with the mesh on the side. This is that super heavy duty mesh too. It's coated. You've got a super long version on one side, and then on the front, you've got your pliers and another mesh pocket, as well as all of these pockets open nice and wide so you can stuff all your extra junk in there. And then we didn't point this out on the sling pack, but these all have these little tabs on the front, and that's for your rain flies. So grab your rain fly, you just hit those tabs, boop, boop, and then you actually adjust from there to cover up your boxes, and it takes literally 2 seconds. So there you go. Beautiful. Boom. So again, you're out fishing the bank, you can just cover this thing up when not in use. You got the shoulder strap option on this with clips, so you can take it entirely off if you're like, no, I just want to hold that. You take your shoulder strap off.
No dangly either. So you notice there's no tethery strap. It's just the like it was with the Sling Pack. You get no dangle.
So when really Paul keeps saying dangly, what he's talking about is normally with a bunch of other brands, you'll see just extra strappage hanging off of this. That's the dangly part. And it's super annoying. Grab the fish pond and just show
I sure will. That's the one.
The fish pond is the worst example of this.
The one that I think of every time.
For like a $250 bag, you get this huge dangly here that you have to just hope stays in this little elastic piece.
I've never in my life once.
It never does. Once. So that's what he's talking about.
$79.99 for you get your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tackle boxes. You get this really heavy-duty bag, again, with that heavy-duty bottom. And then you get the no-lid design with the cover if it's raining. And you get all the other features that we kind of walked you through. I think for the durability, that's an insane. That's a solid value.
And then you have a vertical top load.
Let's go!
So you can go long version, short and tall version. Right?
I love it.
So same exact features on this one. It's just all top-loaded vertically. And I think just space-wise, it's about the size of like a normal bucket. This could be the option. Price-wise, this is $70, so it's about $10 less than the other one. If you didn't want to get like a crate for your kayak, this could be a great solution because look at the square footage.
But this is the...
Not much.
And this is the cheaper version. They do have, I think, $130 for the way more heavy duty, actually designed for kayak version of this, and it is very nice.
Soft crate.
I used that soft crate like 3 times last season, and I'll tell you right now, it's pretty neat. It's really, I'm a big fan. So that's actually what got us into this. I saw the soft crate, and then I saw how well it worked, and I was like, yeah, could I use that for bank fishing? Could I use that for traveling to the cottage, for my kids fishing stuff? Like 1,000%. And again, you don't have to just use their boxes. You can swap them out if you want to upgrade boxes, if you have your own already, or you can just take 2 or 3 out, throw a jacket in there. You take 1 or 2 out, throw some plastics in there. Like, you just do whatever you need to do. Just make it work for you. I love the lidless design. I was going to say topless. That would be weird.
Topless design at Evolution Fishing. And that's the thing, is we've gotten some of these packs where the material starts like fraying or falling apart or whatever. On the super high, like the Ego has been good. The Lose Mock bag has been good. But we have had plenty of packs in the past.
You pay for it.
And they just fall apart. All right, so that brings us to the last item to talk about on today's video, which is the backpack. So with this backpack...
Trying to church it up?
Yes. So this backpack is $150. We're going to go look at a bunch of the features, but just take a look at how many tackle boxes are in there for one hot second. Now, I will tell you, something like the Lose Mock bag being top-loaded, which... Our preference would be that it is top-loaded, except when we look at this one, I might change my mind. But top-loaded, it's nice, and there is no other option like this. If you open it up, you can't access any of your tackle boxes that way.
Mine I can, so I have the...
With the Ego, you can. These will hold, if you did 5 in the Ego, it would be overloaded.
Overloaded.
Right, so it's really more realistic, like 4. Maybe a terminal box.
But what I end up doing is it's 1 day box, 2 of the very thin Plano terminal boxes. These days it would be 1, and then I can fit in plastics, because that's what you kind of forget. Is like, where am I going to put my plastics? So then I end up with 1 big bag of plastics, filling out the rest of that bag with some room at the top for water bottle, and maybe a couple snacks. So I like this bag. So we're comparing against, with both the Mock and the other, the Ego, we're comparing against bags that we really like. So tall task. Also though, this is like anywhere from $10 to $50 cheaper than the other 2 backpacks that we're talking about and comparing to.
Especially if you get it on sale.
This thing's a monster, bro. So holy crap.
It's pretty much a monster, but I will say it's got the upper chest strap, so that can give you a little added relief.
I love that.
It does have padded straps. Not quite, Actually, it's the same padding as the Lose Mock. It's the same amount there. And it's actually got the foam material on the back as well. Which is just as thick as the Mock bag. So the padding is exactly the same as you get on the Mock bag and on the Ego bag.
Dang.
From what I had seen from your bag.
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's almost the same.
Top area. Cavernous.
So this is your plastics. You could put some tools in there, but this could also be snacks and things like that. But again, if you grab a soft-sided Busby, you can get rid of 2 of these, and you can fit a ton of plastics in there. So one thing that we liked about Busby is that they make all of their bags the same size as their boxes, right? So a 3600 or a 3700 size box has an equivalent of a Quick Cube. These are a little bit taller. So even with like being flattened out, it's about 1 inch taller. So what that means is when I go to put one in here, I kind of have to shove it in. Height-wise, it'll fit just fine.
It could work.
And with plastics, I think you have no issue. I think you can make that work. It's not perfect, but I think you can make it work. But that tells you, get rid of 1 or 2 boxes, you can carry your plastics down below, and then you still have room up top for way more than what I usually would have for snacks, water, jacket, sweater, whatever.
So with something like this, you don't have the Y strap. What you actually have, what is it?
X strap.
Instead of the Y strap, you got this like mesh on either side with a buckle right there in the middle, just to obviously keep those from falling out as you're going on your hike.
Look how much freaking room is in the top. There's probably a 5-6 inch deep top load area in there, which I really like.
You just throw your day plastics in there. Just
sunglasses, couple tools. But you have all the side pouches. You got a spot for all of your tools here. You get one gigantic one. I mean, you can fit a fillet knife. Yeah, you get 2 gigantic ones on the side.
One on each side.
I do also think that this is a rod strap. A lot of people like to see the rod carry straps. You get one here, and then you get another Velcro here, and you can actually get a rod in here. You actually can get 2. They have 2 on each corner. So I never use those, but people love them.
The real portion would go in between, right? And so that way it just
rest here.
Yeah, your reel rests right down here. You can carry 2 rods with you out to the water. That's pretty neat.
And then you still got your attachment points here on the shoulder straps. So when you want to put your, like I like to have a retractor and put my basic tools on there, nips and stuff. Snips, not nips. I like to put my snips on these, so that's great. And then
nips.
And then you do get the heavy duty handle, which actually is a big deal for me. Whenever they don't give you the good handle, that kind of bothers me. So no worries there. I think for $150, extremely competitive. I think the totally different concept of storage actually makes a really big difference. Somebody might say, hey, you know what I don't like? I can't pull 3 of these out, right? So if I have all 3 out, then the bag is like collapsing in on itself. Not as much as you would think, actually.
Yo, what?
No way! Oh, I take it all back.
Wait, put something heavy in the top.
Yeah, no,
open the top.
Get something really heavy. What do we... Jump in the top.
I got tackle in there and then all these plastics.
Put some reels in there too.
So we just threw a 3600 size tackle box, fits perfectly in there, by the way. And that was the Busby, so it's the bulkiest of 3600.
Big boy.
10 bags of plastics, 2 fishing reels. Because I just wanted the weight in there. But look, there's a lot of weight in there and it holds, you can't even.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can't even press it down. And that's with no boxes in it. And that's because
it's a coffin.
You got a rigid side all the way through here and at the bottom. The back has a little bit of rigidity to it too. We love the hard-sided protected bottom so you're not getting gunk and crap going in here and ruining it. That is a game-changing design.
So we didn't even have to do all what we just did. You could just do this and realize that it won't collapse.
That's freaking awesome, dude.
So no fears of emptying it out, man. That's what I was worried about. I was like, there's no way.
I'm like, that's gonna be annoying.
So the other cool thing I just noticed is that there's a little bit of a lip
on the underside.
Right there on the underside. So when you pop these in, they actually lock in still, even without the strap, which is also neat.
I love that.
Just little features I never noticed.
But this is exactly why we get them and we test them out and try and look for those little nitpicky things that are like, hey, engineers were doing the engineering.
I was also wrong. I miscounted. There's 6 boxes.
6. Yeah.
6. I said 5 earlier.
So even if you're taking 3 of these out, let's say you take 3 of these out to make room for your own terminal box and then a whole bunch of plastics.
Insane.
1, this is not going to collapse on you because one side has plastics in it. And 2, you still have 3 full tackle boxes for all of your hard baits. That is completely bananas bonkers craziness.
Wow.
The last thing I will say, you saw the horizontal bag, which is pretty nice and definitely less expensive. Carrying, we said 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you also have the other, the vertical version of that.
Also 5.
Also 5. So really cool. But if you're into that, you could just lay this down and then, pop it open this way and do kind of the same type of deal. Yep. But you have the backpack straps if you want them as another carry option, which I always prefer the backpack. If possible, I would prefer backpack over Sling. It's just better. So for me, dang.
Trying to find things that I hate about these, but it's actually been pretty hard.
Harder than I would have thought.
I mean, for the most part, for me, it's just like the tackle trays are meh. That's the biggest thing.
Like
but
it's an average box. It's
an
not
average
like a high-end box, but that is higher end than what you usually get with those boxes. Usually when you get the 3600 size, that is much, much nicer than what you typically get. So better than the definitely a step up from the gimmies that you get.
The clear Bass Pro or Planos that you normally get with those packs.
Way better.
So that is pretty neat. I'm really excited about all these bags.
I'm already dreaming about like what I'm gonna put in there, and like I'm like ready to load them up.
So we're definitely going to go on some more bank fishing adventures that we will actually film and actually put on the channel, which we haven't done in a long time.
What I usually have to do when I go to the cottage, because I want to take so much stuff, because I'll be there for like 7 or 10 days sometimes, and all I'm doing is trying to catch a giant smallie and break my PB. But I also have to have stuff for the kids, so I have all the ultralight stuff in there too. But then I also have like all my plastics.
Gotta cover everybody.
I have the huge backpack, the Ego backpack, and then I have my kids' ultralight fishing bag, and then I have all my plastics and sometimes my terminal in one of the Busby crates, and I have to take all that with me. I'm thinking one of those bags could suffice for that entire need. Like this takes care of all of that, fits in the truck, and for $80, to me that's speaking volumes.
Yeah. So there you go. That is basically the other half of all the Evolution stuff on the website, right?
They do make hunting stuff too. They have like rifle covers and all kinds of stuff, and that all looks really nice. If I was still in my duck hunting days, I'd be like, so what are we talking about here?
But we're not that kind of channel, so we can't do that here. But all that said, we did actually unbox a whole bunch of other Evolution stuff already. So if you guys want to check that out, we'll leave a link in the description below directly to that video. So at the end of the day, buy or don't, we have procured you a discount for 20% off. There is zero kickback to us. We don't want it, right?
No.
We want the ability to say what we want about people's stuff. That's why we don't take any money for any of this stuff.
But we want you to get 20% off. So
if you get some money off.
If you're on the don't side of buy it or don't, have a great day. If you're on the buy it side, use the code for sure.
So the code right here on screen again is AAA20, so AAA20 will get you 20% off on their website. If you grab one, hopefully you enjoy it. We are going to beat the tar out of these on the water this season. So if you want to see how it goes, the long-term review, and when we finally do our AAA assessment where we do our 5.5-star ranking on these things, you want to see how they end up ranking overall compared to other tackle storage solutions, make sure you're subscribed, smash a like on this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Paul, don't forget your backpack. Get out of my house.
I'm trying to catch it on my back. I'm going to catch it on my back. I'm ready. 1, 2, 3. Hit it.
Paul, take your backpack. Get out of my house.